Hey everybody, just wanted to get a little video here for you to show another use of Excel. For those of you who don't use Excel, this might seem a little weird, but for those of you that do use Excel, you might know this already, but if you don't, it's going to come in handy as you do use Excel through your academic career and even beyond. So anyway, this question here, I asked you to look at this. I think there's 100 numbers in this block of basically randomly generated numbers. And I said, what percent of these numbers is less than the number 82? So pretty cool. One way to do it, of course, is just to count. You can just say, okay, 36 is, 82 isn't because it's equal to 82. 25 is, so that's 2. 41 is 3. 94 is not, so don't count that one. And that's great. The trick is some people will lose track, i.e. me, or count something twice, which is something I would also do. So what I'm going to show you how to do is to use Excel to count for you. And I'll show you a couple other tricks too, but I'll start with that one. The first thing you want to do is you want to select these numbers. And this is always tricky when you're using a PDF document because depending on the format of the PDF, it might select differently. So what I'm going to do is I usually start at the bottom. I left click and then I hold down and then I try to select the batch of numbers, and I got the numbers plus a bunch of stuff up here. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna right click within the block of numbers, and I'm gonna select copy. Boom. Now I'm gonna go to Excel, and I got a brand new open sheet here, and I'm going to just drop. I'll just put it in cell A1. I'm gonna right click and hit paste. Actually, I'm gonna hit Control V because that's what I usually do. Oops, and look what I got. I got all this mess here. Okay, now notice how it dropped it in. It dropped in everything, including all that garbage that I didn't want. Well, that's okay. We can get rid of all that garbage we didn't want. See, right down here is where the data starts, 36, and then all the way down to 77. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to left click on 111 there, and then I'm going to right click up here at 1. Now all that is selected now. My data is still not, but all that is, and I'm going to dump that by right-clicking and hitting delete. And now, if you see, you've got nothing but a nice string of numbers, 100 of them to be exact, which is what I thought there were. Okay, so far? So that was a couple neat little commands of getting data off of a PDF and dropping it into Excel. Once you're here, there's all kinds of things you can do. One of them is to sort the data and then find the number 82 and count below. But we'll get to that in class. That's more manual than I want to do. I want to show you something called the Countif command. And I'm going to put that right here. It doesn't matter what cell you put it in. I'm going to type up in the function bar here, equals COUNTIF. That's Countif. Now what that does is, I'm going to put a left parentheses. You select a range of values, and you're going to have Excel count in that range of values how many of the values in that range have a certain property. So the first thing you have to do is tell it which range. So it's A1 all the way through A100. And the way I did that was I clicked on A1 and then I dragged down until I had selected A100 and then let go. And you see what happened up here? It put the referential values A1 colon A100 there. Now here's where you put comma and you give it what Excel calls the criteria. Now in this case we want to go less than 82. And I don't know why, but Excel makes you put this command in quotations. Quote, less than 82. Close quotes, close parentheses, enter, and what you have right there is there are 86 values in the list that are less than the value of 82. Pretty cool, huh? 86 values, which means 86% because there's 100 of them. So you got 86% of the numbers. Boom. So you got a quiz question answered for you. And what's cool about Countif is you don't just have to use it to do inequalities. You could also do, what if you just wanted to count the number of values that were less than or equal to 82? I guess that's still an inequality. Okay, you'd go less than equal 82, and notice that's going to look a little bit different. Oops, yes, typed it wrong. That's 87. There must be an 82 in there, which I think we saw actually at some point. There it is right there. There's the 87. And I encourage you to mess around with this. You can also look for individual values. For example, you can do Countif just 82. How many times does the number 82 show up in there? It shows up one time. It shows up one time. How many times does the number, I don't know, 50 show up in there? 0. There are no 50s. How about 51? And this becomes a pretty slick way. There are two 51s, but no 50s. So it becomes a pretty slick way of being able to locate values that are in a large area. So anyway, that's the Countif command, as well as some data dealings. You'll learn if you use Excel by pulling data from PDF documents that sometimes you've got issues you have to deal with, like extraneous data that I copy. As a matter of fact, I've copied that exact same data sheet with the exact same selection style and gotten different results, like the numbers without the data. So I can't explain it. I'm sure there's a good logical explanation that I just don't know. Anyway, hope it helped, and have a great day.